Hello everyone and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents here in Atlanta, Georgia. I am so excited to finally meet in person award-winning author Stacey Covington-Lee. We're going to talk to Stacey not only about her journey as a storyteller, but also what it's been like for her to do what she loves and to share that with all of you. This is a conversation you don't want to miss, so stay tuned.
It's time to shine, so shine on. Ooh, shine on. It's time to shine. It's time to shine. Now's the moment you were created for. Can you feel it's right? Come on, let's go. You're in control. So tell me why you wanna.
And we're back here in Atlanta, Georgia with Conversations ATL. I'm excited to be sharing this moment with award-winning author Stacey Covington-Lee. She's written books that I've been able to read and enjoy. I know that you all will as well. Thank you so much for being on with us. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. It's such a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
In person, right? You know, I tell people, it's so funny, 90% of the people I've interviewed today while I've been in Atlanta, I've never met before. We've only had these conversations over the phone on the radio show. But you and I have stayed connected through social media, even outside the radio. So it's been great kind of following your journey. What has it been like for you, Stacey? Because there are a lot of your readers who you have not met. What has it been like for you to be able to see the response you've been able to get?
It is so heartwarming. It does so much for my spirit, so much for my soul. It is what keeps me going to get those messages and know that there's something that I'm saying in my books that's resonating with people.
Right.
It means more than anyone could ever know. It really does.
Well, that's amazing. And I think the great thing about your work, Stacey, is that it is life. I mean, you write about things that people literally around the world can relate to. Do you think that has been part of the reason why you have the following you have?
I do. I really do. I try to. My thing is, I always say that I write to entertain.
Yeah.
My job is to entertain, but I want to be able to entertain people in a way that they find super relatable. I think it's so much easier to get lost in a story when you can connect with the characters, when you have been through what they're going through, or when you have felt something that they're feeling, during the course of the book.
Sure.
And that's been a great part of it. I've gotten so much feedback of, oh my gosh, I know this girl and she's just like that. Or, oh my gosh, I read this and it was like you were talking about me. So it's really important to me to keep the stories as realistic as possible.
And you've definitely been able to do that. So take us back a little bit for those who are just finding out about you, Stacey. When did you first discover the gift of storytelling?
A funny story. I first discovered that and people laugh because they're like, of all people to credit, you credit Judy Blume with, the book, Are You There, God Is Me, Margaret.
Oh, wow.
I read that book when I was like 11, 12, I think it was 12. I read it and I don't know, just something about it just made me say, I can do this, I can write. And I sat down and that's when I wrote my first story. I didn't have a computer, I'm telling my age, but we didn't have laptops.
Right.
And so you imagine a 12-year-old, about 25 pages, longhand, single space, but I felt so accomplished.
Right.
And you fast forward to 2009, 2008, when my best friend, our company was phasing out and moving out of the city, moving out of the state, and we were like, okay, what are we going to do next? And we're both very avid readers, and she said we had just read a book by a couple of best friends, and she was like, we can do that, but she'd always known how much I love to write.
Gotcha.
And so with that, she pushed me. She's like, okay, let's start. And she came over to my house, we started writing, and by page 2, everything she would say, I would say, oh, that's good, but, and I would change it. Oh, that's good, but, and I'd change it. And by the time she left, chapter 1 was done, and she gave me a pat on my shoulder and said, this is you. This is all you. And that birthed my first novel, Knife in My Bag.
Wow, amazing. And I think too, I mean, you're in an industry like a lot of the guests I talked to over the years. They know what it's like to experience the challenges, to experience the uncertainty.
Yes.
I mean, I talk about the ugly baby syndrome. Nobody wants to be told they have an ugly baby, right? No one wants to be told that someone didn't like something.
Right.
What has kept you motivated along the journey?
You know what? A lot of what's kept me motivated, it goes back to those that have read my work, and again, the support that I get, the words of encouragement, especially those again that are like, oh, I can so relate. Oh, you have to do a part 2 or you have to do a part 3, and I'm like, no, I really had no intention,
Right.
But that just kind of keeps me going. That, and it seems that every time I've been ready to like throw my hands up and say, I'm not really going to press myself about that, God just gives me a new story.
Wow.
And it's like, it just keeps gnawing at me until I get it done.
Well, you definitely continue to get it done for sure. For those who are just tuning in, you're watching Cyrus Webb Presents here in Atlanta. We're calling it Conversations ATL. I'm here with award-winning author Miss Stacey Covington-Lee. We're talking with her not only about her journey as a storyteller, but also what it's been like for her to share that with all of you. You mentioned laptops, or the lack of when you first began.
Yes.
Social media is the way that you and I have definitely stayed connected. What has that been like for you to build this tribe of individuals who are following your journey and rooting for you along the way?
It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful. Like you say, that's how we connected, and you have been so supportive. It's just been amazing. So thank you for that. And, I went from having, just my Facebook page to Facebook, then Twitter, then adding IG, and I did the author page, and people started following, and I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of cool. I did a group last year, not even quite a year. I don't know if it's been quite a year, called Stacey's Reading Sanctuary on Facebook. And people have just been joining. It is the most interactive group. We have a great time. We do monthly reads. I post short stories, and you're talking about short stories that have part 2, part 3.
Right.
But social media has been really kind to me. It's been great. It's, and it's such a wonderful vehicle for getting word out about what you're doing, where you're going to be, any appearances, any signings. It's been wonderful, and the connections that you make. It's been phenomenal.
Yeah. And again, that's what brought us together. So that's why you all, no matter what your profession might be, you have to invest that time. That's been a theme of us, because a lot of people out there still don't get it when it comes to social media, the importance of it. And it definitely can make the difference in your business and in your life, so definitely take advantage of that. Again, everyone, award-winning author Stacey Covington-Lee has been our guest. We mentioned social media. Let our viewers know again how they can stay connected with you.
You can find me. Everything is just my name. It's so easy. Stacey Covington-Lee. So Twitter is at Covington-Lee. Instagram is at @SCovington-Lee. Facebook is Stacey Covington-Lee. My website is Stacey Covington-Lee. If you Google Stacey Covington-Lee, you'll get it all.
There you go. So make sure you all do that. Google her, stay connected. Stacey, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Cyrus.
More than welcome. And we thank you, our viewers, for tuning in to this segment of Cyrus Webb Presents.